Okay, back to our geometry videos here for the homework in Chapter 7. This is number 136, kind of a review of some trigonometry stuff that we did earlier. And so we want to compute the perimeter here. And so we have three sides. We have this 5, and this 8, so we need this missing side here. We'll call it x. In order to find that slanted length, we're going to think of it as the hypotenuse of a right triangle. So if this section is 5, then this section is also 5. This whole segment is 8, and this portion is 5, then that means this part must be 3. So we have a right triangle in which one leg is 3, one leg is 5. We're trying to find the hypotenuse. So let's do some Pythagorean theorem. 3 squared plus 5 squared equals x squared. So 9 plus 25 equals x squared. 9 plus 25 is 34. 34 equals x squared. So x equals the square root of 34. So the perimeter here is 5 plus 5 plus 8 plus the square root of 34. Now these three numbers we can combine together. They're just plain old numbers. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18, so we have 18 plus the square root of 34, and that's how we have to leave it. There's nothing more we can do with that. This next one looks like a trig 1. It's a right triangle trig, so there's our angle. X is the opposite side, 10 is the adjacent, so that looks like a tangent function to me. So the tangent of 35 equals opposite x over adjacent 10. And just cross multiply there. So x equals 10 times the tangent of 35, which ends up being just about exactly 7.002. Okay, on to the next set here. Okay, so second set here. This one also looks like a right triangle trig situation, except here we're solving for the angle. So there's our angle. It looks like 150 is the hypotenuse, 60 is the adjacent side, so adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So cosine of x equals the adjacent, 60, divided by the hypotenuse, 150. So in order to solve this, we have to do the inverse cosine of 60 over 150. And we do that on our calculator. So the inverse cosine of 60 1/50ths ends up being 66.422 degrees. Okay, the last one looks like a word problem situation where we have to create a diagram, fill in the information, decide what to use from there. So Juanito is flying a kite to the park and realizes that all 500 feet of string are out. Margie measures the angle of the string with the ground using per kilometer and finds it to be 42 degrees. Okay, so there's the ground, there's the person, there's the kite flying up here. It said there was 500 feet of string, so there's that, the hypotenuse. The measure of the angle says it was 42 degrees up to the kite. We want to find out how high is the kite above the ground. So there's our angle. We have the opposite and the hypotenuse, so that is a sine function. So sine of 42 equals h over 500. We cross multiply this, we get h to be whatever 500 times the sine of 42 is, which happens to be 334.57 feet. Okay, so a little bit of trig review there. Going through some right triangle trig, some inverse trig, etc. Any questions about any of those, feel free to leave a question or comment. Otherwise, you're welcome to like, subscribe, or share to our geometry channel.